good morning, and welcome to my Monday messages. And for those of you who might be new, I'm Rebecca. I'm a homeopath and I'm a QTT coach practitioner and a holistic life coach, mentor, and all-round natural health advocate. So thanks for joining me. And today I wanted to talk about how important it is for us to feel whole, to feel integrated, to feel coherent, all those words that all kind of mean the same thing, really. There's a lot of division still in the collective that is us. And it's not by accident, I don't believe, that division is encouraged. It's a tool. I was going to say it's a weapon. Maybe that's too strong. But it is recognised that if we can get people to feel divided from their fellow human beings in whatever way works, then the focus is unduly on the perceived cause of that division, and it's actually not on the things that are actually really important. And the things that are actually going to mean change, whether that's positive change or negative change, that's a recognised device that's used by those who are in power, whoever they might be in whatever situation. But it's also reflected in our health system, our public health system, the difference between an allopathic approach and a holistic approach is that we are unduly focused on dividing ourselves. We're unduly focused on one part of ourselves, and we forget completely, because we're so focused and tunnel visioned on that part of us, that we don't work in isolation, and those parts of us also don't work in isolation. And that whenever we look at those individual parts, we need to consider, well, how do they fit within us as a whole? And I think that all of you will probably remember times in your life where you've needed to achieve something, or you've needed to navigate something, or you've needed to do something new, where there are moments where we feel completely focused, together, cohesive, integrated, fully committed, and we get our best results when we feel like that, when we feel whole and we feel fully ourselves. And that's when all of our parts and all of the parts of us are online if they're needed. They are working together as a team for our greatest good and our highest power in whatever situation that might be. And it's only when we are unduly focused on one part of ourselves at the detriment of every other part that we can encounter a sense of conflict or indecision, unsureness, if that's a word. And the result of that is inactivity. The result is that actually nothing really changes. And that's what I wanted to remind you of. And to translate that into, because it starts with us, it starts with how we feel about ourselves. So when we're equating that to the way that we are dealing with our, let's say, our physical health, and all of our health, I mean, can't really divide it, that's kind of what I'm saying, is we need to remember that if we're solely focused on, let's say, our food, and our nutrition and our water, our hydration, if we're exclusively focused on that, then there's a chance that we may be missing something regarding our emotional and spiritual health, and the other way around. We can do all the spiritual and emotional work in the world, but if we're still continuing to poison ourselves daily, either through the so-called food that we're eating, or the what is loosely called water that we're drinking, or actually, electromagnetic frequencies that are toxic to us, or a relationship that is toxic to us, anything like that, then we're not going to make full headway. Equally, if we're focused exclusively on our food, or we're convinced that a single food or a group of foods is to blame for all our ill health, then we're going to miss other important factors. So bringing in the parts of us that can be really useful and make good choices regarding our food and our water, the building blocks of health, but also doing whatever is necessary to bring all of our different emotional and spiritual parts together, and enabling us to feel whole and able to focus on whatever it is that we want to change, or to achieve, or to feel, all of those things. It's only when we bring them in together and we're not shunning parts of us that change happens. We need to think about also things like, getting really productive and nourishing sleep for us. We need to think about movement, exercise. What am I doing as far as that's concerned? The parts of me that really need to move. It's a vital part of health. If I'm not moving, if I'm sitting at my desk all day, how is that working for me? So what I'm trying to say, maybe a bit clumsily, is that when we all want to experience a sense of wholeness, and that's what holistic health is all about. We want to feel that we can be united and we can be in unison, and that we can we can achieve whatever we want to achieve. And it's only when all those parts are fully engaged and fully in unison that happens. And that's what we're seeking, really. But we can only do that by looking at all the different parts, all the different components that are needed for that. So focusing unduly on just food, or just our spiritual health, or just our sleep, or just anything at all, just exercise, means that we're missing a trick, basically. So I wanted to encourage you to reflect on your own health status right now, how you feel at the moment, and to ask yourself, are you unduly focused on one particular thing, or are you overly invested in one particular health modality, perhaps? If we put all our faith in and belief in one health modality, are we missing a trick? Maybe there are other health modalities that will bring a fresh pair of eyes or a fresh pair of hands, fresh understanding and perspectives that we are missing by investing exclusively in one thing. What I love about different health modalities, holistic health modalities, is actually when you strip them down, they are often, they possess the same values and very similar understandings. but the methods can be slightly different, and they can resonate with some of us and not with others. They can resonate for us at certain times in our life and not others. So I wanted to encourage you to just do a little quick review of what's going on for you at the moment. Are you overly invested in one thing, one part of you? And how can you pull out and just, get a wider view and notice what else is going on for you? And ask yourself, is there some other approach or modality or belief system that you perhaps haven't tapped into in the past that may well pay dividends? Is that possible? Maybe. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm kind of rambling now. And thank you very much for joining me. As usual, I would welcome any comments. And if you do need to have a chat about it, health coaching, holistic health coaching is something that I offer. So you wouldn't necessarily have to come to me for homeopathy or for QTT, personal development work, or even very particular life coaching. You could come if you're feeling stuck or a little bit in the dark about what is available and that would be most appropriate for you on your health journey. And that is something that's completely agnostic for me. My role is to support you to make the best decisions and explorations for you. It's not about what I believe or what, even what I practice myself. But I do incorporate a lot of health modalities, and I've used a lot of health modalities over the years. So I can coach you confidently in that area. So if that's something you think that is interesting to you, then let's have a chat. You can use the link in the post with this video to book your free clarity call, or just message me and we'll have a chat online. Okay, thanks very much for listening, and have a beautiful week, and enjoy a more expansive view and a more inclusive view for all those parts of you that might be feeling a little bit left out in the cold. Bye.